he contacted Krishna by seeing the footprints which Krishna had left in the ground. When Krishna walks behind the cows, my dear devotees, Mother Earth is screaming because she's split up by millions of very sharp cow hooves. But as Krishna's very soft lotus feet move across her wounds close, and she smiles with happiness. Krishna's lotus feet have a cooling effect. They take away the misery even of Mother Earth. What to speak of when his lotus feet come into our wounded and hurt and verletz the fragile hearts if we meditate about him. So it's like this. The cows go in front and Krishna comes and he dances and he smiles with his eyes and he always looks around seeing all his cowherd boys. And some of the cowherd boys, they walk in front of Krishna, but they walk backwards, There's to see Krishna. They walk, like, I don't know, like Michael Jackson dances backwards. So I saw one secretly, one movie. Krishna comes here, and the cowherd boys turn around, and they just look at Krishna. They can't turn their back to him. And they are enchanted by the smile of Krishna and by the affectionate words of Krishna and how Krishna jokes with them and laughs, and then all of a sudden giggles and jumps about. He's Krishna. Very beautiful, and then they just can't pull their eyes away from Krishna. So Akrura saw the lotus feet of his master, and as he saw that lotus feet, something happened. Akrura, Tadashanalada Vivrita, Darshanad, he had the blissful darshan. He was agitated by ecstasy at seeing the Lord's footprints. His bodily hair started to stand on end because of his pure love, and his eyes began to fill with tears. Akrura jumped down from his chariot and began rolling about amongst those footprints, exclaiming, "Ah! This is the dust from my master's feet. Ah! This is the dust from my master's feet." I will say it and then you have to say it, okay? Ah! If some materialist would come at this stage in the temple room, he would not get the highest impression, but he doesn't know what is ecstasy. Okay, listen and say, "This is the dust from my master's feet."
This is the dust from my master's feet.
Wonderful. So he was rolling in the dust of these footprints. He was weeping, and he was saying, "What fortune has come to me. I have stayed up so many nights in my life. I have cried so much before I could see Krishna. Now I have seen his footprints." Shukadev Goswami says, this ecstasy which Akrura felt upon seeing the footprints of Krishna is the goal of life for all human beings. In spiritual psychology you would call the footprints in Udipan. Means something which triggers off a devotional Krishna conscious reaction which comes from the soul. Nakura became overwhelmed as he was jumping, dancing in the dust. He who was a minister, high-posted minister, started to cry so much that the ground became muddy and the mud started to stick to his good dress. He forgot all his Dhama, means all the pride, that I am a big politician. What do I do here rolling around? He forgot all his fear that what if Kamsa's spies find out that I roll in the foot dust of his arch enemy. He will torture me and he will bind me and then cut my skin and pull it down on my screaming body. And he gave up all lamentation. Shukadev Goswami talks about this to the devotees to the saints who sit on the banks of the Ganga. Before him sits Parikshit Maharaj, and around him all the venerable saints and sadhus of the universe. And he tells them into their face the goal of the life for everyone who has taken a human body is to feel this ecstasy which one feels when one sees Krishna's lotus footprints. He seems to say, I have told you enough now. You know everything now. Get up, cello. Let's go to Vrindavan. Let's see the dust of Vrindavan. And all you sadhus, all you big jnanis, all you yogis, give up your pride, give up your fear, give up your lamentation, and roll, roll, roll in the dust. No? That is like this. Srila Prabhupada writes, Akrura's journey to Vrindavan is exemplary. One who attempts to live at Vrindavan should follow the ideal footsteps of Akrura. He should always think of the pastimes and activities of the Lord. And as soon as he reaches the boundary of Vrindavan, means just where Vrindavan starts, he should immediately smear the dust of Vrindavan all over his body without thinking of his material position and prestige. Actually, no one can go to Vrindavan by purchasing a ticket. The process of going to Vrindavan is shown by Akrura. It's simple. This is sadhana you should practice. Give up your pride, your fear, your limitation, and meditate about Krishna's lotus feet, which you can see with the theme here. And these lotus feet will work very, 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 very good. It's a sadhana, it's a practice. At the moment we are covered with pride and fear and lamentation, but by meditating about Krishna's lotus feet, all this can go. I request that we sing a little bit, and you can again try to look at the lotus feet and close the eyes and bring them into your heart. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
The dust which was all over their body had been cleansed. Mother Yashoda had put on many jewels. Afterwards, Krishna and Balaram had gone to a special place where the many cows had assembled that waited for them. And Akura saw, after he had taken his bath in the dust. But there were many gopas who milked the cows and filled the buckets with the milk. Everything that Akrura had seen in his meditation, the lotus feet, the pastimes, everything came to life when he rolled in the dust of Vrindavan, giving up his pride and his fear and his illusion. He saw that Krishna was in his yellow cloth. Balaram was dressed in dark blue. Both resembled two gold-bedecked mountains. Krishna looked like a mountain of smaragd, and Balaram like a mountain of silver. When Akrura looked at Krishna and Balaram, he saw an effulgence which was coming from their bodies and removed the darkness in all directions. And as he came closer to Krishna and Balaram, he noticed they had very big eyes. When they walked, the only way Akrura could express it was they walked with the gait of an elephant, in Deutsch mit dem Schritt eines Elefanten. That means they moved so powerfully that it was clear there was nothing which could hold them up. At the same time they moved left and right like an elephant. They were very playful. And whenever they looked at their friends, they smiled. And from their eyes there was a special substance dripping, which was karuna. When Akrura saw this beautiful scene, when he smelled the fragrance which came from the Lord's body, he was again overwhelmed and quickly fell down at the lotus feet of Krishna. And then again, everything happened just as it had happened in his mental meditation, his Manorat. Krishna looked at Akrura. He helped him up. He held him to his chest and he said only two words which made Akrura so absolutely ecstatic. He said, "Oh uncle, you have come." One day Krishna will say this to us. "Oh, Jai Krishna, you have come. Oh Narayani, you have come." Yes, and he will receive the soul with a warm embrace. This Krishna is controlled only by love. You must know when Krishna comes home from being out all day in Braj, he is totally covered with dust. The mother Yashoda said, "Oh Krishna, my darling boy, why do you have to run behind the cows and be covered with dust? Come here to your mother." And Krishna sits down on her lap and says, "Oh mother, I have come." And then Yashoda said, "Close your eyes now." And she blows with her own breath the dust away from Krishna's eyes. But Krishna wants more love, so he makes that some dust sticks. Then Yashoda spits on her sari and wipes the sticking dust out of Krishna's corner of the eye. This Lord is a Lord which is conquered by love, by affection. This Lord we can approach when the darkness has gone out of our hearts. Most of us have made a carcass, ein Sarg, and we put our heart in the carcass. We are so disturbed with relationships, with disappointments, that we take our heart and put it into the graveyard. We put it in a carcass, ein Sarg. And we have that carcass, we have our heart in a carcass on our shoulder. And then the Lord sees us and He said, "You nonsense! Is this a graveyard? Where is your heart?" In Krishna consciousness, we want to revive that heart in a spiritual way. We want to free it from the darkness of material illusion by making the journey of Akrura, where we move towards Krishna and we occupy our minds not with the latest politics and the latest rumors, but we occupy our mind with Krishna, His names, His lotus feet, His form and His activities. And as our heart becomes free from the inner darkness, more and more we approach Krishna. Then we will feel some ecstasy when we see something of Krishna, like Akrura who saw the footprints. And as we are born again in the ocean of ecstasy and come out of that ocean, we will see the Lord as Akrura saw Him in Vrindavan. This journey, Prabhupada says, Akrura's journey is an exemplar, means an example for all the practicing devotees in this life, in this world. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare
Hare